Amazing investors all around the world. Today, your route of victory wealth. I'm here in one of our construction sites where we are handling a building project for our client from the scratch, from the starting point to the finish. Okay, just to give you an idea that for any of your construction work you want to do, we are fully into construction and building, and we can handle your project. So today I'm here with, okay, in our construction company we have our teams, okay, of engineer, complete teams of engineer that we work with. And with me here is our civil engineer. Our civil engineer is called Mr. Rotimi Olofin, and this is one person I respect so much in our team because he has the highest, okay, numbers of years of experience. Engineer Rotimi has about 40 years experience as a civil engineer, and so for every of our project we handle, we are always very confident that it is coming out superb and unique. So Engineer Rotimi, please also tell our client a little about you.
Very well, thank you very much, Mr. Victory. So I'm Rotimi Olofin. I'm a civil structural engineer of almost 40 years experience, about 38 years actually.
Okay.
I left the university and I've been all the while into design, construction of buildings. So we are here at this site today. That's it's a 6-bedroom house that we are building from, like Mr. Victory said, from the scratch. We moved in here in October last year, 2023, where the site was waterlogged. I mean, because the site is quite on a low level, so waterlogged. So we had to pump out water and different things to, and do a very deep raft,
okay,
foundation for the building.
So Engineer Rotimi, we'll take it bit by bit, so that our viewers will have a better understanding. So we got to this site last year, October, and just come with me. I'm going to show you how this place is. Okay, this is our neighbor. So when we got to this place, this was how this place was really waterlogged. Okay, so we had to do some form of work.
Yeah,
we have to do some form of work here. So Engineer Rotimi is going to put us through some of the processes we went through from when this place was waterlogged, okay, to how this place is now. Okay, so what are some of the things we were able to do to ensure that, number one, we move water out, okay, then to the next step of either sand filling and all that. So just enlighten our viewers.
Okay, well, like the time we started, the place was waterlogged, and then we had to start the building construction right away because that was what the client wanted. Okay. So we had to get a water pumping machine. Okay. To pump the water out because the water would disturb, during the work. During the work. So we had to, channel the water to a place where we can easily pump it out. So that we can have a fairly dry ground to set out the building, because you have to set out the building first before the thing starts coming up. So because of the way the location is, the foundation is on raft, so we had to do a raft beams of more than 2 meters to be able to come from the level of the ground to a level that is above the road level.
Okay.
So basically that is what the method we employed here. Although there are other ways it could be done, in which case you sand fill the plot first, let it come up well enough, and I actually prefer that one. In which case you sand fill for maybe leave it for about a year and let the soil consolidate naturally. Because the other option means if you have to sand fill while the construction is like what we did here, you now have to do a lot of mechanical compaction. After doing the wrap beams and all that. Okay, so
and what that means is, if you get to a site that is waterlogged, there are 2 ways we can do this. And from his own level of experience, he prefers the first way, whereby after taking out the water, we sand fill the place and allow it to consolidate naturally. Yeah. So it becomes very, very dry and compacted.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, some clients who cannot wait for that long period of time for the place to consolidate, we just want a situation whereby the water goes out. Once the water goes out, they can now do like
set out the building.
Then they now sand fill. But in that case, a lot of mechanical compaction will be required to ensure that the place is what compacted to carry the building without any defect in the future. Engineer Rotimi, thank you for that information. So now the next thing we are going to look at is, we see some buildings, okay, when it rains, you see that the part of the building becomes flooded. What normally causes that? Because from what I can see here now, that is the road, okay. The road is a little on the higher side, okay, compared to the way this place was at the beginning. So normally, what will you advise clients to do when they find themselves in such a situation whereby the land is kind of a little higher than the road? Or even if the land is not higher than the road, maybe you get into an environment that is not fully developed. The road network has not actually come in. What would you advise a client to do so that in the future, the client is not affected by flood?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question, which I think a lot of people do not answer before they get into construction,
okay.
You know, especially in this area of Lagos where we have a very high water table.
Yeah.
You know, it may be a little bit, it may cost some money, but the ideal thing for that is for you to look at the road network closest to you.
Okay, the road network closest
to your side, and try to, we can do some leveling work, you know, get a surveyor, transfer the level from where you are to where you want to build. So at least you have a fair idea what the road level may be. So that by the time you are doing your construction, you should now ensure that your ground floor level is raised well above that road level.
Wow.
So that, because if you just assume like a place where that the what do you call it, the roads are not there, you know, the infrastructure is not already done.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and just look at the way the sand is. You will not be sure, you cannot be too sure what level the road will be
when the road comes
in place. So the ideal thing is that for you to look around, you know, for wherever that is closest, that you have some pavement, and then you try to ensure that your building is raised well above that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will, because a lot of people are caught up later on when they go into an environment and they build, and later on when more development begins to come into that area, they see that they that started construction
their building is lower.
Their building is lower, and they begin to get affected by flood. So investors, what we are telling you today is years of serious experience. Okay, so once you want to go into construction, you need experts like us to come look at your site and give you the advice. In our team, we have experts of surveyors, we have experts of architects,
civil engineers, mechanical,
electrical engineers. So that at the end of the day, you know that the money you're putting into your construction, you're getting the best value for it that will stand the test of time without any regret in the future. So investors, we want you to watch out for our next video, as we'll be taking you to the next phase of how this construction work is going. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Subscribe to this channel, ensure you also share, give us comments, and let this video go viral, so that for as many people who wants to build and they need the expert advice, they can always reach out to us. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end, investors, and as usual, God bless you.
Thank you.